Greetings from the outdoor stage at the Lincoln Park Performing Arts Center in Midland. We're here with Justin Fortunato to talk about some very imaginative ways you guys are going to be staging some performances.
Over the past 5 months with the rest of the world, we've been navigating this pandemic day by day. We've gone through a variety of different ideas, and we've finally come to an idea that checks all of the boxes. So I'm really excited today to talk about our live radio play series.
You're saying radio plays, like the 1940s versions with the sound effects and everything?
So this is a true radio show series, meaning that we'll be streaming through an online platform, and you're able to stream the production into your own home. It will be actors who are socially distanced from one another, a live musician, as well as a Foley artist making sound effects with actual props.
Very intriguing set of shows. You're starting with War of the Worlds. What made you pick that?
We are. So War of the Worlds, I'm really excited about this adaptation because it's a play within a play, meaning there's a group of actors recreating the original broadcast, and then those actors also play the actual real-life people for the fallout of what happened after the broadcast. And that's an interesting story. In October 30th, in 1938, it was about a month after FDR sent a telegram to the German chancellor saying that a war in Europe would be devastating for the world. And Adolf Hitler responded within the day with his own telegram, and he wasn't happy with FDR's message. So the country was on edge, and with the rumors circulating about the technological advances that Germany had at the time, some people were tuning in to the radio, hearing the words invasion, hearing the words large metal machine coming from the sky, coming from the shores, poisonous gas in the air. People thought that the eastern shore of America was being invaded by the Germans. So panic ensued, and it wasn't until years later that Orson Welles, the visionary he is, spoke about the intent of the project, which was to challenge the American public on the news they were ingesting through this newer medium of radio, and then eventually the world of television, and how we as Americans have to be more cognizant of the information we take in to understand what's true versus not true. So the show is incredibly timely for now, and it's a perfect way to kick off the series because, in my opinion, War of the Worlds is the one radio play that even if you don't follow the canon, you've heard of it.
It should be a good evening with Alfred Hitchcock, the master of suspense. What's that going to be like?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. So in mid-October, right around the Halloween season, we're presenting Alfred Hitchcock, a vintage radio play. And it features 3 of his most well-known stories. It features The Lodger, Sabotage, and then it finishes out with the 39 Steps. And Alfred Hitchcock, in my opinion, it really set the bar for what an oral experience could be for films when it comes, his longtime collaborator, Bernard Herrmann, who would create the scores for him. He really introduced into the filmography world how the use of music and the use of sound effects and the use of suspense. But the one thing that I think Alfred Hitchcock has been able to do that I don't know if anyone else has, he's able to make these mysterious, scary stories, and then he'll throw in biting humor to kind of make you go back and think, okay, we're safe again, and then he'll hit you again. So I'm really looking forward to that. I think it's a perfect way to spend 2 weeks before Halloween.
And then 2 Christmas classics. It's a Wonderful Life and A Christmas Carol. What will that be like?
Yeah, the holidays at Lincoln Park are always something that I know I personally cherish, and I know that our community does. So it was important for us to find a way to be able to celebrate the holiday season together while apart. So we're producing 2 live radio shows that everybody's heard of. A Christmas Carol, Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, and It's a Wonderful Life. And the thing that really excites me about these adaptations is they're perfectly formulated to read incredibly well over a radio show. You'll actually feel like you're Ebenezer Scrooge with his bowl of porridge and the ghosts are coming to you. Both of those stories are stories of redemption, they're stories of forgiveness, and they're stories about overcoming obstacles and learning how to change. And I think that's a message now more than ever, that we have to be malleable with the times. I'm just over the moon excited about bringing this programming to our audiences. Out of all of the options, and we went through many, this is the one that I found most exciting. And to be perfectly honest with you, one that I don't know if I would have ever had the opportunity to do because nothing replaces the feeling of being in a live theater. And instead of trying to replicate that, necessity is the mother of invention. And we kept trying to look forward for the answer. And, it is interesting to me that I looked backwards and we found that one. So I think that's an overall message too of the hope of this show, to look back into our history and see what we've done and see where we can go. I am so grateful and proud for being a part of Lincoln Park Performing Arts Center. We made a promise to one another in the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic that we were going to keep our people employed and we were going to continue to create art. And for all of our wonderfully loyal patrons who were so patient for the hundreds and hundreds of refunds that happened and the many donations that were given back for tickets purchased. This is a way that if you're a patron who is hungering for a way to support this establishment that has brought joy into your life like it has into ours, this is a perfect way to support us by streaming into these shows, getting your loved ones together, turning off the TV, turning off the noise of everything that's happening, and just allowing yourself to be lost for an hour and a half in a different time. But on behalf of everyone at Lincoln Park, they have been at the forefront of our mind, and we cannot wait until we can get them back in the building. And it's going to be nothing short of electric than when we have our first big show in the building right across there. And I have hope too. I have hope that we'll be back in there soon. And I also have hope that the other programming we're working on, which is in development, besides these radio play series, will offer even more innovative entertainment for our audiences.
Okay, so it's a great slate of shows. How do I get a ticket?
That's a good question. So we're partnering with Broadway On Demand, which is a national streaming service. So it's as easy as visiting our website. There'll be a link that you click on, and then you're able to sign in and purchase your ticket. The overall cost of the ticket is $12.95. And out of that $12.95, processing fees are taken out. So Lincoln Park receives $9.20 of every view that is purchased.
And one thing I constantly hear, people are so hungry for local entertainment. So until we do get back in the big building, it sounds like a great way to support local arts and be entertained. So
I appreciate that, Scott. Thank you very much. Yeah, we're looking forward to it and we can't wait.